And welcome back. Welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you some connections here. Big connections. It's all going down. It's all being set up. Each day I'm watching the biggest of the big. Visa, MasterCard, this, that. They're setting their stores up. You're not getting rich today. So if that's what your goal is on this channel, you need to get off the channel, okay? And go to a place called Uranus, because that's where your brain belongs. What we're doing on this show is we look at what is happening, what are the trends, what small cryptos right now are building out the infrastructure so that later they're going to be huge. That's what we discuss. Fundamentals. What is Visa doing? What is IBM doing? What smaller companies are they working with? Remember, they can't all do it by themselves. It's a team effort, just like the channel, okay? IBM wants to do something. They're good at what they do. But tokenization is not one of them. So then they got to go find tokenization cryptos. That's what we want to find out. What are they working with, this and that? That's what my channel is about. So behind the scenes, I'm here reading articles, researching shit, figuring out who's doing what with who. And then I present the show to you to where you can see how it all comes together and who are the busy little beavers working on these little beaver dams, okay? Then we buy these little motherfuckers that are 0.03 cents and shit like that. And then one day, boom, it takes off. I don't know when that day is. Don't ask that fucking question. These people at the top are running shit. This is for brand new people. Brand new people. Crypto Hulk, when's your price prediction for whatever? No. Okay, all that dumb shit, that's from scammer channels, okay? They have that dumb shit up there. What's your exit points, Crypto Hulk? That's for dumb shit channels as well. So anything about entry points or exit points, that's all dumb shit channel talk. I don't do that on this show. On this show, we look at fundamentals. What companies, and I'm talking about all of them, big and small, what companies, Crypto Hulk, are building out the future so that I can invest in them now so later they can be massively expensive? That's what we do here. I'm not trying to get rich this afternoon, okay? That's not the channel, all right? Sometimes we can catch little pumps and make some good money. Make some good money, okay? Sometimes we see it, and bam. But you'd have to be like in with the top tech people to like be hitting every day. So brand new people, this show's not an ATM machine, all right? Let us go. We got Seamus. Welcome to the entry-level membership. Now, when this show's over, this is a $5 and up show. When this show today's over, it'll go to the free show. So the benefit of having this is you're at a $5 member. I'd prefer you to be a 10, but I understand people's financial situations. But the benefit of having this live $5 show is that it gives you an option if you have a question. And if I got some time, I could look over there, answer your question for you. So how much is that worth, right? So there you go. Let me see the first 5 people. 552 man, MK_P, Thomas Cox, Issa, and Daniel Minier of S'il vous plaît. Let's see. Michelle showed up here. Robert Driscoll. Robert, Robbie, Bobby. Okay, let us go. Linda McKinney is here. Just saw her over there hanging out. MasterCard. Here we go. I'm going to give this article. Oh, my name's Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. Woo-wee. Don't listen to anything I say in the show. I'm super fucking high. Before every show, I snort heroin. No, I snort cocaine, inject heroin. That's how I do it. Get a good bump going. Take a handful of roofie pills. What else? Find some angel dust and smoke it. I try to toot the hoot. And if my heart stops beating from all the cocaine, I just shoot an adrenaline shot in there. I'm good to go. That's how your financial advisor does shit before every single broadcast, text, anything. We're going to go down memory lane today. We got MasterCard. Now, we're going to talk about the news that's happening right now, how MasterCard, one of the biggest payment businesses in the world, is integrating every day deeper and deeper cryptocurrency and Web3. You're watching it each day on Crypto Hulk. It's going down in slow motion. What's going down is I'm showing you. Other people have no idea. Other people are watching all these videos on this and that and all these. I don't even want to talk about all the dumb shit. Look, my goal is to make a lot of fucking money. My goal, I got an account where I'm just putting in, I get money in there and it's only for crypto. No vacations and shit out of that. It's just strictly disciplined. Whatever I'm teaching you here, I'm doing the same fucking thing at Caleb Brown. Okay, so at the first of the month, I'll read off my cryptos so you know what they are. If you're a $500 customer, you can find out at any time because you're a $500 customer. If you're a $500 customer, you can basically call me whenever I bought an extra phone. So now that phone, I didn't have a phone before. So when people started joining the $500 club, I'm like, shit, okay, let me get a phone. So now if there's a question, Crypto Hulk, I'm ready to pull a trigger on 3 different cryptos. Which one would you think would be first, second, third choice? Depending on what time of day it is, give me 30 minutes to an hour. I'll do the research and let you know. I'll tell you the good and the bad and the ugly with each, but ultimately you got to kind of decide. Now, if I was telling my best friend, not you, I'd say go with the second one. Because here's why, this, that, and the other, okay? Because the other two don't do it. So that's kind of like the benefits of that. And if at any point you feel, I don't think I made any money on this, tell me you didn't make $500, and then we'll get you another month, okay? Because I'm here to try to help make you successful and stuff. And sometimes things happen, right? You miss out on this or that or whatever. So we're here to help, not rip off. So with this article here, MasterCard's, oh God, woo-wee. It's all going down. It's getting set up. It's getting set up right in front of our face. Let me try to read this article. It's very exciting. I think I might be getting a Woodrow Wilson in the South Pole. MasterCard isn't just waiting for, I got news or notes here. Let me read off my notes because I read the article and I pulled out the most important shit that I wanted to talk about. Let me fold my notes in half. Okay. MasterCard joins the USDG stablecoin group, and it adds support for PayPal and Pfizer tokens. Now, I got to stop right there and start showing video truth bombs. What we got going on, this is so massive. You got the Global Dollar Network. So MasterCard joins this group of like Kraken, Robinhood, and other Paxos and shit. There's like 6 crypto or exchanges or whatever involved in this little group. And also, remember, MasterCard has something we learned yesterday called the multi-token network. So that MasterCard's got their hands in probably 3 or 4 platforms, okay? This is coming, everybody. They're trying to figure out, they're trying to figure out how to put this all together. It's not here yet. So what we're going to do is talk about what cryptos or what companies, and I'm going to talk about 2 of them now, Cross River Bank and Pfizer. We've been talking about them for, about almost 2.5 to 3 years now, okay? These are Ripple partners from day one. If you're able to get Pfizer, which is a company, I don't know if they have common stock for people to buy or they just have this Series A shit or whatever. I don't know. What I've told you, let me show you the evidence because this is quite fun. Here is a Ripple Labs 2014, 11 years ago, a Ripple Labs Meet the Team. Here is a company that's all over the news now. I've been telling you about Pfizer for 2.5 years. Not a secret. If you've been on my channel, it's not a fucking secret. you are kept years ahead of shit that goes down, okay? That's how we do it on Crypto Hulk, years ahead. Now, if you look at the 19-second mark on this video, 19-second mark, I made this video here, Ripple Labs, meet the team. Fiserv is number 4. Fiserv's right there. This is 11 years ago. What I'm showing you is this. And you got the, national, security, not going to say agency. The Nora Sam Adam was involved. The New York Fed was involved. NASA, the space agency, was involved back then. Google, Goldman Sachs, Apple. All these words. It says meet the team. I'm not getting into what specifically that means. Not the corporation. You won't see corporation papers with this. That's not how Ripple works. Remember, everything's non-disclosure agreement at Ripple, right? Right. Okay. Here's how it works. Brand new people. None of these businesses right now have ever heard of Ripple, but they're all incorporating it. And then one day, I don't know, 15 years from now, 20 years, oh, yep, Ripple had a connection with Apple. That came out of the non-disclosure. That non-disclosure agreement expired. Yep, Pfizer, Goldman Sachs, Google, Microsoft, NASA, New York Fed, National Security Agency. Yep, they all had, but yeah, we didn't know back then. Well, if you watch Crypto Hulk Show, these are unofficially Ripple partners right here. Unofficially, okay? Once these non-disclosure agreements expire, you'll see. Be like, fuck, that Crypto Hulk guy, they'll look back 20 years, be like, how'd that motherfucker know all that shit? That's because I'm dedicated to showing all of you what is up. Next, let's look at this PayPal. I got an article here with PayPal and Visa. And Pfizer's on it. I want to show you how all this shit started years ago. Okay, all of it's coming together. This is 2024. What do we have here? PayPal hooks up with Venmo, hooks up with Visa. Oh, shit. Now, guess who's involved? Look at the third paragraph. Cross River Bank is involved in this deal. Who is that? One of Ripple's first banks. Probably Ripple's number 2 bank or number 3 bank. Imagine that. I've never heard of it. You never heard of it. Pfizer. You know where the Republicans had their national convention last time here about 6-8 months ago to get President Trump in? Where did the Republicans have their convention? The Pfizer Stadium. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. If you're an investor and you don't want to invest in crypto, the Crypto Hulk, I like your news. It's very accurate and this and that. It's just, I don't want to get involved in cryptos. Okay, here's Pfizer. The Republican National Committee had their thing there to get Trump elected. Look right here. There's Pfizer working with PayPal. Pfizer is that company you want to buy stock in because it's going to fucking go nuts before everybody else, okay? So you don't have to invest in crypto, and you can still watch Crypto Hulk. I'm going to find you other investments that's not crypto. We do it all the time on this show. Maybe you have enough crypto. Crypto Hulk, I want to diversify. I don't want to buy all this crypto shit. I want to buy companies that interact with the crypto. Well, Pfizer's that one right there. Now, there's Cross River Bank. I'm going to show you that one here in a minute. But look who we got. You got PayPal mixed with Venmo and Visa. PayPal is all mixed up with MasterCard as well. That's what we're talking about here. We're going to get into this article here with PayPal. It's in the third paragraph. PayPal's hooked up with MasterCard. Now, going back to the article that I'm showing you here, PayPal's hooked up with Visa. They're coming up with a platform. They got Cross River Bank. Let's show the Cross River Bank connection right here. If you're able to buy stock in this little bank, I don't know where it's at, might want to look into it. These are solid investments. These are not cryptos. These are banks where some of them might not be on a stock market. Some you might probably have to be a credit investor to get into that company. Knuckle Dragger says, appreciate you, Hulk. Day in and day out, holding it down. Yeah, pretty much 60 hours a week, dude. It's a lot of fucking work. So there is the article I just sent you. This is 2014. This is on a Ripple page. This is still on the Ripple website. What does it say? Cross River Bank to integrate Ripple for real-time payments. That's 2014. Now, the PayPal article I showed you with Venmo and Visa, that's 2024. What is that? 10 years later. Cross River Bank signs up in 2014. Last year, Pfizer's name in Cross River Bank name is right there on an article from 2024. That's 10 years later. Pfizer and Cross River Bank, if you can get those company stocks, probably a good bet, okay? Because remember, we haven't even taken off yet in crypto, okay? You and me, we're so early. I know my show makes it seem like what's taken so long, but let me tell you something. We're super fucking early to this. We're so early, in fact, that you got some of these cryptos at the 1 penny, at the 0.03 pennies. You got some of these cryptos at a quarter. That's how early you are to this by watching Crypto Hulk show. Now, Visa, I'm not going to get into the article. I've already shown it a million times. In 2018, now that's really taking it back a good amount of years. 2018, Visa acquires Earthport, which is a Ripple partner, for $250 million. So what is that? Back in 2018, Visa was using Ripple technology. Visa doesn't have to be a Ripple partner on paper. Understand this. Visa just buys Earthport. Now they're using Ripple. That's it. You don't have to join Ripple. You can buy a company that uses Ripple software. That's what Ripple is, a software company that uses the XRP as a native digital token that acts as a bridge asset that no other crypto can do. And next, so let's go. Let me click out of that. So here's MasterCard. Let me show you an older article. I will get back to the first article I started the show with here in a minute. What I'm doing right now is showing you all the evidence. Ben, what does Ben have to say? Thank you for the best info on crypto, and that's faux show. For show. Okay. Here's MasterCard. Article 2023 November says what? MasterCard partners with Ripple. Swipe your debit card to use XRP. And if we get into the article, we'll realize. So when I'm showing you this, now I'm going back to the original article I started the show with. Let me read off my notes. Now I showed you all the stuff. So now when I read it, you're going to understand all the shit's connected. And they're getting it all set up, Crypto Hulk. Now I can see it. Now we're going to put it all together. MasterCard joins the USDG stablecoin group. Noted, a lot of these members are already Ripple partners. That's why they joined the group, okay? Because it's all based on the XRP Ledger platform. And if it's not right now, it will be soon, okay? These people are not dumb. So MasterCard joins this group and adds support for PayPal. Well, technically, PayPal's already been there. I've already read the article. So let me continue. And Pfizer. So now PayPal and Pfizer have tokens on this network. Damn, Crypto Hulk, Pfizer. Yep. Told you. Remember, I showed you that article from 10 years ago. Pfizer, they've been waiting. All these people have been waiting. You think you've been waiting long? These motherfuckers have been waiting longer. The Crypto Hulk, I joined your channel yesterday as a $500 member, and, well, I'm just not rich yet. Oh, God, one of those. Look, I'm not even going to answer that one. That's so fucking stupid. You should delete that comment so they don't think that you suck dick for a living, okay? That's embarrassing. Your parents should have taught you this shit. MasterCard isn't waiting for crypto companies to supplant its massive payment network. Nope, it's joining the crypto companies, MasterCard. See what we got going on here? You got a crypto software company called Ripple. You have a cryptocurrency platform called the XRP Ledger that's open sourced. Anybody can build on it. You've got a massive credit card company joining Kraken, which is a cryptocurrency platform, joining PayPal, which is a partner of Visa. See all this shit's all coming together. This is what I'm trying to show you. And I show you what little companies or what little cryptos are in it too. So you can go buy stock in a company or go find the other cryptos that are involved in this article. MasterCard joined what's called the Global Dollar Network. It involves Robinhood and Kraken, PayPal, Visa, MasterCard. It's all coming together. And I know you want to be rich tomorrow, but that shit's just not fucking reality, okay? Let's keep this a reality program, invest in the right things at the right time, and then just wait till the time is right. It's all you got to do on this channel. You start trying to do too much, and that's where you get your cheeks clapped, all right? Just slow it down and go with the basic fucking news that I read you. This is all solid news right here. These are solid investments. You're not getting rich tomorrow. That's your intent. Get the fuck off the channel, okay? But Crypto Hulk, no. Everybody's talking about rockets and green candles and we're going to the moon. Then go watch that fucking dumbass shit, okay? Go watch that dumb shit, please. All righty then. Starting in November 24th with 6 others is when MasterCard was doing all this. So about 8 months ago, they have what is called the USDG, and they share it and the profits. It's going to add to the PayPal US dollar token. MasterCard also supports USD Circle. So now I've shown you the Ripple connection with MasterCard joins up with Ripple and then Visa. So MasterCard Visa is already with Ripple, and now they're hooking up with USD Circle, which runs on Stellar. Now I know Circle runs on other blockchains. There's nothing like Stellar. So it'd be like, I don't want to get into it. Just you got Jed McCaleb, fucking genius boy who helped invent the XRP Ledger and Stellar. He's all mixed up with this. Stellar's part of it. MasterCard wouldn't comment on whether Tether is good. Okay, look, we all know a famous YouTube influencer. I won't mention her name out of Japan. Okay. But that fat, nasty bitch is like saying, oh, Tether is this and Tether ain't going. No one's going to use fucking Tether. That bitch is so fucking bought into Tether. She can't see straight. Okay. And she's like pointing out all this shit, trying to diss Crypto Hulk. And I'm like, wow, this bitch is so fucking fat. I call her Fat Grandma. She was all trying to have her viewers trying to list all these things. Tether's doing this, and Tether ain't doing a thing except sucking dick, okay? And the only thing she's probably sucking is donkey dick. So, as I predicted like a year or two ago, Tether's not even a thing. It's fucking like Bitcoin and Ethereum. MasterCard wouldn't even comment on whether Tether is going to be mixed up and all that because it's not, okay? And that fat, nasty grandma is all trying to, like about a year ago, like listing all these connections with Tether's joining this and that. How's that working out right now, fat grandma? Wow. MasterCard has a cross-border remittance platform called MasterCard Move. No comment on any tokens. They don't want to say nothing about any tokens with that, okay? That's coming. Now, the Genius Act, where does this fit in? Because this is massive. The Senate in the United States passed the Genius Act. Now we got to wait for the House to pass it. It's a bill that regulates stable coins. It now goes to the House. This will modernize the legacy payments infrastructure. What is this Genius Act going to do? This is how everybody... we get the old way of sending money to kind of start to experiment with this new way. Now, let me tell you just something. They're already running, a lot of them are running parallel systems. They're already running crypto on private ledgers that you and me cannot see. They're running these parallel systems so that one day they can just flip a switch, okay? They're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. I'm not getting into why. I've talked about it in my last show. MasterCard said, now here's where it starts getting interesting. Oh man, here's the juicy part you're going to want to hear. Now, MasterCard said that they bought back in 2021 something called CipherTrace. That's C-I-P-H-E-R and then the word trace. I've already looked it up. There's no token. Now, this was in 2021. You're going to want to hear this because it gets really interesting and we start dealing with Department, and I can't say of Homeland, and I can't say security, and we start to talk about DAR, and I can't say PA. Oh. These will be the channel killers, so we got to watch what we're talking about here. MasterCard, 4 or 5 years ago, bought a crypto company called CipherTrace. Let's get into this one, okay? Bought by MasterCard back in 2015. I'm sorry. CipherTrace was started by 2 guys back in 2015. They worked on this thing. Now, from the very beginning, there was the Department of, I can't say Homeland, and I can't say security involved in this crypto project. Oh, it's starting to get good, Crypto Hulk. Now, DAR, and then add the PA, so DAR, and then add the PA. That's like a little secret government agency thing where they do a lot of stuff I can't talk about, okay? They were involved in this project too. These 2 massive government agencies back in 2015, that's just the year Ripple passed the criminal trial they were in, they won. Very interesting, 2015. Now, they run this project. It was their mission was for anti-money laundering, compliance solutions, and forensics. That's like investigating, like Chainalysis, right? Okay. This did what a Chainalysis was doing. This company, CipherTrace, was so good that MasterCard just snatched it up, took it off the market to keep it for themselves. So then guess where do you think all the government people had to go to? MasterCard. So they're in with the government, okay? Wow, Crypto Hulk, I like story time. It's fun. Now, I also deep dived and found there's a college called Utica College. Is that New York? I'm not sure. Utica, I believe it's New York. So at Utica College, they had a special course. Gee, I wonder what that course was on. CipherTrace. What? Oh, yeah. And you know, I bet you I know who the students were. Maybe, and I'm just guessing. But Utica College was training all the 3-letter agency people. Central, and I can't say intelligence, and I can't say agency, department, can't say homeland, can't say security, on and on. They all were going, instead of them going to like Guantanamo or Guantanaco, Virginia or something like that to learn that they're federal, and I can't say bureau, and I can't say of investigation, they all were going to Utica College. Yes. Very interesting. Utica College partnered with them to train students in CipherTrace. Now, that is very interesting. Let me tell you something. These credit card companies know what's up. They're all playing hush, hush, quiet. This platform detected CipherTrace. This platform detected unregistered crypto money service businesses. Stop right there. The 2015 Ripple settlement agreement. Ripple got busted because it was acting like a money service business and it was not registered. That now in 2015 is when the case settled. So Ripple was doing shit in 2013, 14 that got them in trouble in 2015 to where they had a court case and it ended. And in that court case, see, look, all these fucking YouTuber people, these people got shit for brains, and all these other channels. Look, the 2015 Ripple settlement agreement court case is important because Ripple, the software company, was found to be a money service business, not a security service business, not a commodity service business, money service business. Okay, I don't know if I said that enough already. That's why all these dumb motherfuckers that go over this Ripple trial, it's all fake trial. I've been telling you that for 4 years from day one. I told you day one, fake trial, okay? Now, but Crypto Hulk, what was the XRP? The XRP was considered currency. Now, it didn't say money necessarily. It said currency. What is important about currency? What currency is money? Isn't it, Crypto Hulk? Well, yeah, but currency has the connotation of a government's money. Oh. See, money can mean a lot of different things. But when you talk about specifically currency, that's tied to a government. Our government of the United States determined in 2015, not 2020 lawsuit that's still going. Let me repeat it again for the brand new people that just walked in off the street and don't know shit. In 2015, I've already shown this court trial enough. I'll do it again another time, where our government of the United States, I want to make sure it's very clear because I don't know why we're still talking about this Ripple trial. This thing is so fucking fake as a $2.50 bill, okay? Our government determined that Ripple was a money service business, okay? And what did Ripple do? Buy, sell, swap, and trade, and all that stuff. The XRP. So what was the XRP considered, Crypto Hulk? A currency. There was no kind of commodity, security, none of that shit going on. This whole trial's fake. I'm telling you. We already had a trial on this. The XRP. Okay, now who was at the trial? The United States Attorney's Office. Probably Inspector General of the United States. The IRS was there. Probably the SEC. Everybody was all there. The SEC, FinCEN police. Everybody was there. And guess what? Guess what they investigated? Ripple and the XRP. And what did Ripple do with all that XRP? That's what they investigated. All that shit, right? All that shit was investigated. Guess what? Nobody said back then. XRP is a commodity. Guess what? Nobody said back then. XRP is a security. Did anybody from the SEC during the Ripple court trial show that it was a security? No, because it wasn't. Did anybody from the Commodities Future Trading Commission during the 2015 trial come in there and say that Ripple's XRP was a commodity? No. This latest court trial is the biggest fake, and all these channels are too fucking stupid to understand it. The government of the United States has literally fooled all of you that are not Crypto Hulk fans. You're sitting there watching like it's a soap opera. Oh, what's Judge Annalisa Torres going to do today? Oh, shit. John Deaton, save us. Jeremy Hogan, give us your perspective. Meta Lawman, oh, please be the Moses and deliver us to the promised land. And I'm just looking back saying, wow, these dumb motherfuckers are so fucking stupid. Bendito mio. It's truly embarrassing. The government's already determined what all this shit is. I don't know why. I guess people need views really bad on their crypto channels and stuff. Because I just broke down to you the court trial of 2015. And all the shit was already settled. So why we're having a court trial now, it's sad how many fucking retarded ass YouTubers are out there and all these other channels. They can't even read a 2015 settlement agreement. You know what? I've been reading that motherfucker off for 2.5 years. Oh, shit. Yeah, 2.5 years ago, I've been reading that off. And you know what the dummies say? Oh, well, that's from 2015. And, you know, that's not relevant today. No, you're not relevant to today. And you know what also wouldn't be relevant then? What about a document that was in 1776? Maybe like the Declaration of Independence, because that's a lot older than 10 years ago, right? So I guess we just throw out the baby with the bathwater then, right? The Ripple trial, that's 10 years old. That's way too old. Well, then why don't we just throw out the Declaration of Independence then, asshat? I'll tell you, some people just really need to shut up online because it makes them look really fucking stupid, okay? All right, now we got that rant over. So that's what we had going on. Now, guess what the government found when they used CipherTrace? That of the top 10 banks in the United States, they found that every one of the top 10 banks were unregistered money service businesses. Poof. Using crypto, by the way. Using crypto. Let me repeat that again. Ripple got busted in 2013-14. They had a trial in 2015 where Ripple was accused of having an illegal money service business. Now, when they studied all these other banks back in 2015, all the top 10 banks were doing the same fucking thing. Poof. Ripple was the only one that had to go to trial. And I think it's because they wanted to have a standard, everybody. They've had a standard now for 10 years. You watch, this will all come back down in the future. And they'll be like, well, yeah, we already established Ripple was a money service business and that the XRP was a currency. That's why it's going to become part of the American currency. And they're going to burn off all that escrow shit, just like Stellar did. Okay. I'm telling you what, you guys are going to look back 10 years, 20 years from now when all the truth comes out and be like, damn, that Crypto Hulk dude, how the fuck he know? And that's because I know, That's the end of that MasterCard article right there. Let me click out of that. And we got Pfizer here. Now, I did a little deep dive. I'm going to name off, let me check some comments, and now I'm going to name off like maybe 3, 4, 5 cryptos that are all involved in this, okay? So now you get a special little treat. You get a special morning, Saturday morning treat from Crypto Hulk, calorie-free, of course. I'm drinking Ghost energy drink. And it has the Welch's grape juice flavor. And it tastes just like I'm drinking grape juice. It's amazing. You got to go buy a Ghost. There's Maria Sangria. Maria Sangria. Make sure you buy the Ghost Welch's grape juice flavor. You're going to love it. Only drink half, Maria. It's way too strong in the caffeine. All right. Now I got that station identification out of the way. Mike Gilbert listening in. Maria, I'll take my eggs over easily. Oh my God, how funny these people on the show or something else. Okay. Let's get into Pfizer real quick. So remember now, Pfizer's all mixed up in this with MasterCard. Oh shit. Pfizer is a banking technology provider, launched its own stablecoin called the FIUSD. Oh, the stablecoin was developed in partnerships with Paxos and Circle. Now, isn't that interesting? I'm telling you what, this whole Circle that runs on Stellar, and again, I know it runs on other shit, and that's why I call it other shit. It basically runs on, we already know who the wiener is, and that's Circle, because it runs on Stellar, okay? So that's how Pfizer, Paxos, Solana, they're running on Stellar. Why are they doing that? Because there's something called Allbridge. Let me show you the evidence right here. Let me do a copy paste. Here's this. Stellar invents something. Well, Stellar works with a project, and they invent something called ALGO. Stellar is now able to connect everything Ethereum, Solana, Celo, and Polygon. Okay, Paxos can't do it by themselves. Look, Ethereum does what it does. And I don't know what that is, but I just thought it sounded good. Ethereum does what it does. It has its own purpose. Solana does what it does. Celo does what it does. And Polygon do what it do. Okay. Now, where does Stellar come in? It connects all these, so they could all then be interoperable. Okay, that's where Stellar comes in with ALGO. It helps all of these cryptos we just talked about, Paxos and shit. It helps MasterCard with this little Ethereum gang unit we got going on. It helps them do their little thug thizzle. All right. So we got right here Paxos, Circle, Solana. They're all mixed up in this Pfizer, which is a Ripple partner from day one kind of deal. Now we get into a little more. Wormhole. Wormhole's a crypto, and guess what? They're all mixed up in this. Layer 0 is mixed up in this. Router protocol is mixed up in this. Chainlink is mixed up in this. I'm showing you the deep dive. I'm not going to read all this deep dive, but it's talking about the Pfizer connection to this PayPal, MasterCard kind of deal, okay? And I'm reading off the cryptos that are involved in this. Wormhole, Chainlink. You got Layer 0 is a cross-chain messaging protocol mixed up. Circle's mixed up, as we know. We got the Neon Ethereum virtual machine is mixed up in this. Part of my deep dive shows this. Why Solana cannot cross all blockchains natively. See, that's the problem. You got this Ethereum, Solana, and all these other, okay, they can't cross-chain shit. So that's where Circle comes in, that runs on Stellar. So that's why I own Stellar. I just have, in the past 2 weeks, and that is your whole deep dive for that particular news series right there. Let me click out of these. And we'll go into the next news article. Let me check the comments. And we're going to get into China and how they're utilizing a quantum computer. And they're finally cracking shit open like an egg. Now, that's going to leave, because we're going to need a savior crypto. Okay, and that's where Crypto Hulk loves the HBAR. Okay, well, that'll be in the next article. Let me read the comments here real quick, and we'll get into the next dessert. We're eating dessert for breakfast today. ED Entertainment, thank you very much for that tax-free donation. I thought you didn't like Solana because of fork. I don't like Solana. I've never owned Solana. What I'm doing is reporting in the news and what cryptos are interacting with news. That's what I'm doing. So I don't know. I don't really understand your question. I didn't talk right now about liking or not liking Solana. I'm reading news. That's all I'm doing. It's called being impartial. That's what I do right now is I'm being impartial. I'm reading news articles. All I'm doing. Alrighty then. Let's get to this news article right here. China breaks RSA encryption with a quantum computer, threatening global data security. So let me do a copy paste and give you that articulo. Okay, this is scary. If you logged into your bank account this morning, the security protocols still seem secure, but things are changing quickly in the tech world. A team in China just showed that the math behind RSA encryption is starting to bend to the will of the quantum realm. That means time's running out, everybody. Using a quantum annealing processor built by D-Wave Systems. Now, hold on. I got to get more of this ghost drink. It's good. Yummy. It's like I'm eating a bunch of grapes. I'm telling you, it's good. I'm having an orgasm in my mouth. From the 5 years that I've been in crypto studying pretty much daily, D-Wave. If you're able to invest in a company called D for David -Wave, W-A-V-E Systems, that might be something you might want to look into. That's what I do on this show. We talk about companies and cryptos and gold. These are different things. You should diversify. I don't have any stocks personally, but now, using a quantum computer built by D-Wave. Oh man, that thing's big. The D-Wave. It's in crypto. I've read some deep dives between Europe and like this D-Wave thing keeps popping up. So if you're able to afford that, get D-Wave. But don't do what I tell you on this channel. The researchers say they factored a 22-bit RSA integer that had resisted earlier attempts on the same class of software. Wang Chao. Hello, everybody. My name is Wang Chao. And his colleagues at Shanghai University carried out the experiment. When RSA encryption debuted in 1977, it was lauded for tying security to the difficulty of splitting a large semi-prime into its two prime factors. Don't ask me what that means. Classic cryptos still need sub-exponential time to break today's 2048-bit keys. And the largest key so far cracked is only 829 with an RSA of 250. So right now, the quantum computer is at 829. Well, now, D-Waves, because, we have, here's my opinion. My opinion is we already have a 3-letter agency, Quantum Computer. Remember, they always have the toys before we do. When me and you go out and buy new toys, it's like we're buying used toys because the government of the United States already has something years ahead of us, okay? So, right now they're at 829. They need to be at 2048. So it's safe to say they're 75% of the way there, something like that. I was never a math major, but somewhere around, they're 70% of the way done, okay? Using the D-Wave advantage, we successfully factored a 22-bit RSA integer, demonstrating the potential for quantum computers to tackle cryptographic problems. That means all your little hardware wallets and mine, we're going to go hack, adios, amigo, okay? This will hack the blockchain, your wallet, whatever you want to call it, the cryptographic chain that's on the blockchain. It's gone. It's done. Okay, it's coming. There is a crypto that's going to save your ass. It's going to be called HBAR. We'll get into it in a minute. And there's a company called Seals Q. They're going to save your ass. That's why on Caleb Brown, my biggest holding is HBAR. Number 2, it's their Crystallis, whatever the fuck it is. I wasn't even quite sure what it is. I almost got the same amount of that. That's how much I believe in this HBAR shit and the Seals Q and the Wise Key and the satellites and the fucking never-ending shit I don't even understand, okay? All I know is I'm putting in money today on shit that I don't exactly understand. And later on, bam, paycheck time, okay? They also applied the same substitution ciphers, calling it the first time that a real quantum computer, the first time a real quantum computer has posed a substantial threat. Oh, man. A 22-bit key is trivially small compared to the production-grade RSA. So they're putting that out there. But remember, they're at 829, and they got to get to 2048. So they're maybe 1/3 of the 1/3. They're a little bit over 1/3. So they're 30% done. I thought it was 70. No, it's not 70. It's more like 30%, maybe 35% done. But you know how technology works? 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. Now, if we did that a little bit more for 30 seconds, we'd be at 1 million. That's how technology works. It's not going to be another 20 years. At the rate, we got quantum computers now trying to figure out, it's going straight up, okay? This is interesting. 20 bits still the matter. Now, it starts getting a little tactical. I'm not going to get into all this. Right here. This is why I've got Crystal's Kyber. That's it. That's the second one. Oh my God, we got to get into this on the show. Now, go down to the section where it says what comes next and what to watch. Okay. It's written in bold black. What comes next and what to watch. Here's now my second biggest holding on Caleb and Brown. Large key RSA is still safe today. Yet the study shows that hardware improvements and smarter embeddings keep shaving away at the gap. So what do we got going on here? I'm going to talk to you in a minute about HBAR, Seals Q. That's what they're talking about right here. Now, how do I know they're talking about that? Because let's look at the next thing. It says D-Wave plans a Zephyr topology processor with more than 7,000 qubits later this year. Go to the next paragraph. This is the crypto. This is my second biggest holding. My first biggest one is HBAR. Number 2 is this one right here, Crystal's Kyber. Oh, shit. Let's read this. Cryptographers, meanwhile, recommend adopting a hybrid scheme. Well, gee, I wonder what hybrid scheme they're talking about. That wrap lattice-based algorithms such as Crystal's Kyber, that's my number 2 holding right there, around classical RSA signatures to provide secrecy during a transition period. Now, I'm going to go right to Seals Q at this point. And Seals Q is a company. It's not a crypto. It's a company that makes semiconductors. It's owned by WiseSat company. And here it is right here. What's the title of this article? Seals Q, partnering with Hedera in the next generation of what? Post-quantum semiconductors. What does this mean, CryptoHawk? Okay, look, you've got a hardware company. They make hardware. Like this phone is a hardware. Inside, there's a lot of hard pieces and stuff, but in those hard pieces, there's software. Now, Seals Q makes the hardware, and they make microchips, but inside is where the magic happens, okay? It's the coding and all that. This is where Hedera comes in. Seals Q, it wants to make a computer, phone, anything with digital in it. Your vacuum cleaner, whatever it is. I have a Dyson Air Home purifier that has technology and shit in there that links up to the internet and shit, right? That's where Seals Q shit's going to go. Anywhere where there's an internet connection and you got a smart device, okay? Some people it's your watch or whatever, okay? What we got going on is a quantum threat that's occurring right now, and it's building. Every day it gets worse. China is going to develop this supercomputer. It's going to wipe out everything. Unless Seals Q, which some of you bought. I talked about Seals Q when it first came out, $2.10 or something a share. Now it's at like $4 or something, and it hasn't even taken off yet. It hasn't even taken off. You'll see. Seals Q will be like $500, $1,000. You'll see. And you paid $2 a piece for it. So You got that SealsQ company. They're working with a company called Hedera. So if you look in this article right below, that's why you'll see the Hedera hash graph right there. That's my number one holding crypto, okay? Because why? It's going to stop a quantum attack. Now, this crystal Kyber works with HBAR and SealsQ. So that's my number two holding is the Kyber Networks crystal. Why? Because I want in on a crypto that's going to shut down any quantum attack. And guess what? Everybody's going to want to have crystal, Kyber's crystal network and HBAR, because that's going to stop a quantum attack. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about, okay? So it does what it does. Now, the HBAR and SealsQ, they have different use cases. It's not just this. It's in medical and different fields. So that's another reason why I got those two cryptos as my biggest holdings. Let me check some comments here if somebody has any question on that. Very interesting. Now, the Kyber Network crystal, its all-time high, according to Mr. OG, is $5.70. Now it's down to, what, 29 cents? It's bargain time. Same thing with HBAR. HBAR, I think, is around 15 cents, or at least it was the other day. I saw it as high as 37 cents or 45 cents. Telling you. China. Mr. OG says, China will become the new world power. Sad but true. What do I know? I'm just a brown-skinned guy from Nigeria with no internet and mobile network. What do you know? Oh, you know a lot if you're you know a lot if you're watching this channel. And there is a stock. It's called TIOT is the ticker symbol. Is that for the Seal coin thing? I'm still waiting for that one to get on Kalen Brown. Seal's coin is called TIOT. Let me take a little look at that one on the internet. Let me go to CoinGecko because that's what Jim from Kalen Brown wants us to use. So I guess that's the one I'm using now. Okay, Jim, just want to let you know. We're all listening to you, Jim. We're all listening. TIOT. Nothing's popping up yet, so it's probably not released. It's not on CoinGecko. Let's try CoinMarketCap. Sorry, Jim. TIOT. No, it's not available yet. So there you have it. But we're still early. That's what we are in this show. And do not buy Seal coin. It's not out. It's on Pump.Fun and this other shit. Don't buy shit, okay? Just watch my show right now and don't buy shit. You're going to get your cheeks clapped. If it's on Kalen Brown, it's legit. That's how you know the shit's real. The day you see Seal coin or TIOT or any fucking thing we talk about, if it's on Kalen Brown, it's good to go, all right? That's kind of like, that's my little warning sign. If it ain't on Kalen Brown, I just don't really want to go to Uniswap and try to figure out, is this real or is this fake, whatever. Just when it's on Kalen Brown, it's real, okay? Yeah, you might not get it at the 0.000000, whatever it is, but then again, you're not going to lose your money. So for me, I'll pay a penny for something that I can guarantee 100%. Why? Because then I can drop $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 into that thing if I want, right? If it's on Kalen Brown, I'm not worried if I'm going to lose $5,000. Okay, I'm just really not trying to go to another website. Even I don't want to say Coinbase. I'm not saying Coinbase wallet has scammy shit. I'm not saying that. But I don't even want to trust any other platform because I've seen where, and I won't say Coinbase wallet's a scam. I won't say that, but I've seen shit on some platforms that have big names that are hooked up with BlackRock, but I won't say, you know what? I've seen them sell scammy shit. So, all righty then. The Iron Sheik. Okay, we're at the 1 hour mark. Let me check that I got that done. We got the China and the Seals Q. And that's it. That's all the news that I had. I do have one more news article, but it's going to take me 5 to 10 minutes. And I got to go to, I got to go somewhere right now. Okay, that'll be it. Thanks a lot, Hulk. Great show. Naturally. There's Stu Lavelle says, cheers, Hulk. Okay, I got to give a cheers to the Aussies. One of these days, Aussies, we're all going to make it. Garrett B. Oh, we have a fan, everybody. Garrett B. You the man. That's tax-free donation. If anybody's interested in joining the $500 channel, make sure it's on a donation basis. I will be, after your memberships expire on the VIP 1-to-1 $500, when those start expiring, I'm going to close that up. I don't like having a $500, so please do not join on the VIP 1-to-1 membership. Make it a donation. Contact me on my Twitter after you make that donation. Do a screenshot. Contact me on my Twitter at CryptoHulk19. And then what I'll do is go into my YouTube, find out who you are, and I'll give you my phone number. I just bought this burner phone, Apple burner phone. I bought a burner phone just for this channel. And if you have questions about anything, again, if you feel during that month where you spent the $500, I didn't even make $500. I'll give you another month. Not a big deal. It's how I work on this show. I'm not here to try to pull cavity teeth out. None of that stuff. I want you to be successful. I want you maybe just join for a month and try it out. Maybe you got a bunch of questions and you want me to answer all these questions, then just call on the fucking phone. All right? It's that easy. Crypto Hulk. But whatever your question is, that's what you're paying for, right? So you come up with different questions, and maybe after a month, you're cool, and then you wait a month or something. Whatever it is, it's all up to you. I'm not here to hoodwink, I've been here for 5 years on this channel. I'm not going anywhere. So if you're not happy, then you're not happy. We'll go for another month for free, and then hopefully then, that's just how it works. But a lot of people want to know, maybe you're ready to bust a move. You're ready to drop $3,000 down on something. Give me a call. Give me 2 or 3 cryptos you're thinking of putting $3,000 in. I'll go look it up for you. And we'll talk, and I'll spend about an hour looking the shit up, and then I'll come back and be like, okay, here's what I found. Save you some money, right? That'll save you from getting your fucking wrecked, right? So, Brian Naylor says, someone donate $500 for me to get a membership. Oh, God. But knowledge is power, really. Before you go off, hey, I've had these people, Crypto Hawk, man, I got this crypto because this other channel, and now I'm upside down in it. Like, there's nothing on this show do we really get upside down in unless you get in on a Crypto Hawk pump too late. So when the crypto goes from whatever up to 300%, then you buy in at 300% and it goes back. That's the only way that happens because you didn't get in early. That's why. But when we talk about just fundamental investing shit, all the stuff we talk about here is great. Some of the stuff is still up 45%. And we're talking 3 weeks later. Some of the shit I talk about is still up 43%. So that's how it works. If you get in first, that's where you really make the money on these short, quick pump things. But in all these cryptos, if you get in first in wins, okay? All right. Do you have a ticker for the D-Wave? I could look. Let me take a look right now. Okay, yes, D-Wave Quant-M Inc. is traded on the NASDAQ. Its ticker symbol is QBTS. Question boy Thomas Sarah. QBTS. So that's where it's sold. Let me ask. Let's see what the price of it is. It's 14 bucks. Right now it's low. It's not at its lowest. It was about, well, actually, in the past one day, kind of goes up and down. It's about at its lowest point. You're getting in at a good time if you want to get it. Because D-Wave, yeah. Let me look back. It's at 14. Well, it's been down as low as $4. I mean, it was up at 19 a little while ago. A few weeks ago, it was at 19. Now it's at 14. Back in May 7th, it was like at $7. It's been kind of going up. I think right now it's at the $14 mark. If it doesn't dip anymore, it's going to level off and go back up, because that's what I'm kind of seeing over the past 6 months. This thing is kind of, it's going up like this, but up, and then it corrects. But from what I'm looking at now, it's at 14, and it used to be like at $7 and $4. So you can watch if D-Wave just keeps flatlining a little bit, that's probably a new bottom, and then the only place to go is up. But it's at 14 now. So I'll tell you what, just from the research that I've done, D-Wave keeps popping up. To me, it wouldn't bug me at all. If I was going to invest in it, I'd buy it right now. I wouldn't try to hold off for $4 again. But if you're not really sure if you want to spend the 14, watch it close and wait. And if it dumps to $10 or something, snatch it up. But that's definitely a stock. It's a real stock. It's on the NASDAQ. It's 14. It's going up from where it started, but like I said, it's down about $5 a share or something. But that doesn't mean shit. You got to look at what is this crypto. And the deep dives that I've done, it's D-Wave all the way. So when all this crypto takes off, that's where D-Wave comes in. See, Joe Biden and Gary Gensler, the dynamic duo, when you slow shit down, that's why these cryptos are not going up. They shut down the whole market, okay? Now, with all of this consolidation, with all these Visa joining or MasterCard joining up with PayPal and all these things, as all these happen, they're building a network. And as that takes off, so will your D-Wave. If crypto doesn't take off, D-Wave doesn't take off. See how that works? So D-Wave performs a function. And if the crypto doesn't take off, D-Wave's not going to go up either. So if you like D-Wave, like I said, just watch it. Look at the past year and how it's done. But it appears as it's going up, it's consolidating, but then it goes back up and it consolidates. I wouldn't hesitate buying it right now. Putting some into it, and if it dips, I don't think it's going back to $4 again. Maybe it goes from 14 down to 10 or whatever. I don't know. This is where you have to make your own decision. If money really wasn't a big deal, and I get some of those people that watch this show, I'd get D-Wave right now. I don't see it dumping. As long as this Genius Act passes through the House of Representatives in America, and then as crypto keeps, D-Wave is going to keep going up. So, all right. Hulk, if you can, check out Solo. And I think we did Sologenics. Oh, no, we did the other one with Solo. It's a little partner in crime. I forgot. And then XRP Healthcare. Go watch that Eno Farino guy. I don't really, he pumps that all the time. I looked into XRP healthcare a while back. I wasn't impressed. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, he talks about it all the time. And I just don't really want to get mixed up in all that. But I'll check out these two and kind of see. I'll add them to my list. Where is my list? Here it is. I got a couple of pages here, but I'm not going to take a bunch of them because I've already got 3, 6, 11 of them right now. So I got 11 cryptos. Okay, I'll do the XRP healthcare. Fuck it. That guy normally does them because, I mean, he gets paid by them. So that's why he talks about XRP healthcare. He works for the company. I don't work for the company, so fuck it. XRPH. That's on my radar. You know, it's funny. What I'll do is if I talk bad about a crypto, and I don't talk bad about cryptos, what I do is I show facts. And a lot of these Evernote people, they come out of the woodwork. Oh, you're just whatever crypto it is, that I just show the facts. And if it's a garbage crypto, I'm just going to show you how. I'm going to show you how and why with facts, not my opinion. Then these little minions come on. Oh, you just lost all integrity. You're a sellout. Oh, God. Well, really? Okay. You suck dick. That's your problem. I'd rather be a sellout than some guy that's sucking some dick, all right? So with that, I don't think I'm going to make a PM show. I got to go to Sacramento, and that's 3 hours in driving just with that, and then the time there, 4 or 5. I'm not going to have hours today to study. What I will do is tonight when I get back, study for tomorrow morning show at 7 a.m. So about 23 hours. What time is it? 8 o'clock. 7. About 23 hours from now will be my next show. I'm not going to have a PM in like 8 hours from now. It'll be tomorrow. I'll have zero time. I got a long drive ahead of me. Right when I get off this show, boom, straight to Sacramento. Got to take care of some business there. So I'll see everybody. Good luck. Take care. Hold on a sec. Garrett B. Hold on a minute. Can you keep us posted on KNW? Hear anything? My son's a type 1 diabetic, so I hope that their device. Now, diabetic device. Now, that's interesting. We kind of did talk about that. There's a crypto. That might have been it. I talked about that one blood. Was that? Did I talk about that one? Hey, welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Yeah, KNW. That I know I did a report about a crypto that was involved in one of those blood testing patch things, and you wouldn't have to poke the skin, right? It was the one you could just put over the skin. I think I went over that one. But yeah, that one is definitely, yes, you did. Okay. I know I went over a device that was like that. There's a round device that you poke through your skin that sends the messages, Bluetooth and shit to your phone. This other device that I saw that was using a crypto. See, that's why I also like real world use case, right? I compared the one, it might have been called One Touch or something, but then this new thing came out to where you don't even need to poke the skin. You just put it over the skin and it reads not just one. It doesn't read just blood glucose. This new crypto, this is a good one to invest in. I'll definitely, okay, I'm putting some stars by that one. I will maybe save that one if it's a really good one for a Friday show. Because yeah, I don't want to give up too much of it right now, but that one doesn't just read blood glucose like the one right now on the market. The one on the market now pokes a hole into the skin. That's not invasive, huh? And then the next thing, it only reads one thing. This other device, no poking in the hole. You only have to put it up your skin. You don't have to wear it. You can just put it up against your skin for 5 or 10 seconds. It measures like 150 things in your fucking blood, not just one. Yeah, buddy. So anyhow, that'll be it. Yeah, the Greg Kidd's. Yeah, that's the one with Greg Kidd. Oh, yeah, yeah. Whatever Greg Kidd touches, it turns to gold. Even if it's a shit crypto, he knows how to fix it and turn it into gold. He should probably go over to Ethereum and help them. My name's Crypto Hulk. This is the end. I'm going to put this show on the open show so everybody can see it right now, and I'll see y'all.